Steve here, Shen RC. I just want to show you guys something here. I unscrewed this top ESC receiver mount. There's a screw here and here on each side, and that comes off. Let me see if I could lift it. Hold on a second, it's hard with one hand. There it is. It comes off and has these mounts. But what I was thinking of doing is put this in the back over here to lower it, and then probably would have to cut this off right about, let me show you. When you take this off, you probably have to cut this off like right about here across. So it would be basically a little shelf like this wide, and you would only have 2 screws to screw this back on. So when you put this in, you would have to use the screws and put a glob of like that shoe glue right there on each end. So when you screw that down, it'll dry and hold it from twisting like that. And what that'll be able to make you do is, I do this with my RGT, you could put the battery pack way down in the front like that. And what I do with my RGT is I run a piece of tape from here across the battery and then onto like that little part I said that'll be left to stick the tape on, and it holds the battery in the middle like that. So if you do that, this truck will be balanced really good. The battery weight will be up front, and it'll be low in the chassis, and the ESC, when it would be placed on top of here, it'll low everything in the chassis, and it'll probably work much better. I'm just gonna take this ESC receiver unit off here to see what it looks like. Of course, you use the cheap stuff to stick it on. That leaves a mess. See, this should be able to fit on right here like this. It'll be perfect. Then you could put the battery up here, just like that. Or I guess you could put this in the back more if you want. So I'm gonna try to do this and see what happens. Now this piece, I'm gonna have to cut across. Maybe I could just score it with a razor. Let me try that. There it is. You're gonna have to get these tie wraps and disconnect them. Be careful not to cut nothing. One's the servo, one's the lights. There you go. I don't know if I'll be able to reach. You're gonna have to make an extension to get the lights to reach. So I'm gonna leave the lights off for now, just for this mod here. The servo lead looks long enough. I'm just gonna leave this out and see real quick if I just screw this in with one screw, because I know I'm gonna have to use that goop glue on it to hold it from moving, but I just want to put it in place to see what I'm dealing with here. Oops, wrong one. Actually, it holds pretty tight, so you may not even need to glue it, but I'm going to put, like I said, I'm going to put a dab of that goop glue right under here, just to hold it to make sure. But it feels like it's pretty tight when you tighten it in there, so I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm just going to put this stuff in, like, in the spot I'm going to do it, just to see how it would work. Now with this battery, you see how it lays in there? It's not hitting the drive shaft in the bottom. It's clear and everything. You could make some kind of holder. I guess you could put a piece of Velcro on here and have it looped like this and put stick Velcro on there and just stick it like that in place or across. But like I said with my RGT Adventure, I just use a piece of good tape. I have this like hockey tape or electrical tape, and I just put a piece of tape on here and down the battery, then I stick it on here, so it usually holds up good. So I'm just gonna do that for now, but I'm gonna put this in place and we're gonna see how it'll work. See how that is? You may have to twirl this around to the position you want. But everything is lowered when you do this. The battery gets way lower, the center of gravity, and so does the ESC receiver unit because it was up high. So it should make the truck not flip as much. That's the problem with this truck, kind of tipped easy, but that's why I made the wide track. Check out that video to make the axles wider. That's another awesome thing to do. So basically, you gotta do this. Then if you want your lights on, you're gonna have to get an extender to reach back into the unit here. Okay guys, I have it all doctored up. This is fitting in. Like I said, I use tape to hold my battery in on my RGT, so I do the same with this. All you do is stick a piece right across this front that you left, down, and on the top of the gearbox right here in the front, and that holds it plenty enough. You could design something to hold it better if you wish, but I just don't. That's how I've been doing my RGT, and it works perfect. Your lights, you're gonna have to get an extension, like I said, to reach. One thing I did notice with the receiver here, I pushed it back a little bit because there's a higher lump in the front here on the body. And even with it pushed back a little bit, it still hits a little, but you could manage to get the body on by pushing it down a little bit. You could see you could still get the body on if you want to. Just like this, you could still get the body on. One thing you could do for a remedy for that is, it's probably going to hit less if I just have this strapped in. If I just put a dab of shoe glue on there and stick this down, it'll be thinner because this Velcro won't be on it, so that may be good enough. But if you wanna, you could take the body off in the back here, unscrew it, and put a little washer spacer underneath each side of these screws so it lifts the body a hair in the back. You could do that also, but I don't think it's needed. Let me try real quick right now if I just take this Velcro off and see if it's a lot easier to get on now. It's still hitting, but I don't think it'll do nothing. It's just flexing the body. But like I said, if you wanna, you could do them screws with spacers and lift it up and it won't hit, you know. Okay guys, here it is all finished. I'll show you real quick how it works. It works really nice. I just got to get that extension lead for my headlights up front, the LEDs. But I want to show you when I take this off. You could see the body posts, they're barely flush, a little higher. You just got to push it down a little bit. It works and you could put it on the way I got it. I also moved the receiver ESC unit up further so you can put it up to the front or to the back to balance it, whichever way you like it better. I didn't want it too far up because then the back was like really light when you put it all the way up. So that's it. Everything works. Like I said, I just got to get the extension for the LED lights. And this way, it'll run so much better with the weight lower in the chassis and the battery up front low. It's going to be much better for side action. You won't flip as much. And it'll make it climb because it's heavier up in the front. So that's my mod I did. If you want to try it out, it's easy to do, like I said. And it looks like it'll work awesome. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys' support. Give me that thumbs up if you liked the video. And hit that bell for future videos. This little sucker here is going to work like a champ now. Beauty! See you later, guys.